Hello, in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to actually build your survey. From the dashboard you will click on the new button located right here. It will take you to the build a survey section. Go ahead and give your survey a title. Anything will work for this. Just make sure that it's something that will make sense to the person who is taking your survey. You can give it any kind of description, they will not see this. So over here on the right side, this particular section is your toolbox. If you click on any of this question types here, it will add a question to your survey, and you can ask a question that will make sense for this particular type. The multi-line text box that we have right here is best used for asking the survey participant things like their opinion on particular matters that can't be easily summed up in just a few words. Something like asking for just additional information. Similar to the multi-line text box, these regular text boxes just allow participants to enter any free-form response. It just has to be one line, so asking their name is something that's particularly well suited for it. Creating a question with checkboxes is useful for giving your audience multiple options that they can select. And the answers to these questions are tallied, so they will show up in the general survey overview. In this example, we'll use the three primary colors, and since there are three primary colors, you will need to click Add Choice so that we can add yellow as a third choice. Now I will select the radio button question to show that, and here, let me scroll down so you can see where I added yellow. Very much like the checkboxes, you will give people options, and these will show up in the general overview. I'm just going to choose something random, but they'll have to choose just one, because like a radio button in old cars, you only get one option. As I'm filling this out, if I want to add more choices after chocolate and ice cream, I can add more choices. I can actually add more than one choice box at a time as I fill it out, and fill it out with something kind of ridiculous. Okay. Now that I've finished adding the 4 choices for this particular question, we're going to show you a drop-down list. Drop-down list is functionally very similar to the radio button, but it takes up less screen real estate, which is important on smartphones. For this drop-down question, I'm actually going to press this button for preset choices. Preset choices are something that the administrator of the server can add easily. It's for questions that you may ask in a lot of surveys. In this example, we'll choose what residence hall do you live in, since I imagine a lot of the surveys will have that. These kinds of preset questions can be used for anything that has multiple choice, so that includes anything that's not a text box. And last but not least, we'll be adding a Likert scale. Likert scale is the name for questions that ask you to rate your opinion on a sliding scale. The answers to these questions will appear in the tally, just like all the other multiple choice ones. And selecting the Likert scale brings up something along these lines, and you'll use the preset with our standard Likert to show the excellent to below average. If you want to add another question, because usually we like to have these similarly, you can add questions within this sort of larger section. And then you can have rate the following for all of these, and I'll need a colon right there. You'll notice that down at the bottom of each of the questions there is an option to make the question required. If you want to make any of the questions in your survey required for the survey to be filled out, you can just click this button. We tried to make it as analogous to paper as possible, so by default no question is required, and it's entirely at the whim of the person who is taking the survey. The order of the questions themselves is also editable. You'll notice that by putting my cursor over the question number, it becomes a cross. You can just click on that and then drag questions to the order that you actually prefer. So just know that it's not set in stone. Now that the survey is done to my liking, I can just go over to the toolbox and click Save Survey. If an error message like this pops up, just know that I have to select a unique name for my survey. I'll just add number 2 here. It has to be unique, otherwise the URLs get screwed up. After you save it, it'll take you to the survey's general page. If you'd like to get back to your survey to do a little bit of editing, just click on the edit link right here. A few things we didn't go over before. If you want to get rid of any questions, perhaps you really do not want this question, you want it to be completely anonymous, just go over here and click the box right here and it will disappear. Additionally, you can delete any of the choices or add them, because yellow is decidedly one of the primary colors. Once you're done with that, moving things around again, making things required or unrequired, you can go ahead and save the survey once again. Alright, thanks for watching on how to build a survey. In the next section, I will show you how to publish it. This is Clyde with ResNet. Thank you for watching this video tutorial.